One of the biggest questions that I have about the episode 4 promo for Spoils of War is who the hell is Brienne fighting in this clip of her bringing down Thor's hammer? Well, a clip has been leaked by Sky Atlantic, a UK television broadcasting company. Let's discuss what happens in that clip. If you don't want to be spoiled for anything on episode 4, go ahead and click off this video right now. I'm not actually going to show the clip, but I have, however, left a link down below in the description, which will take you to the video and you can watch it for yourself for copyright reasons. In this clip, we see Brienne fighting with none other than Arya Stark. This confirms that Arya goes into Winterfell and makes herself at home. Now, I did know that obviously from the episode 4 promo that she gets to Winterfell. I just still had this lingering thought in the back of my mind that Arya is still a lone wolf. I don't think she was quite ready to go home. Now, this is kind of good news for me. I'm a huge fan of Arya. In the shot, you'll notice, as she's sparring with Brienne, you can see the Catspaw dagger on her hip. So this confirms that Littlefinger will in fact be dealt with earlier on. If you remember in the episode 4 promo, we saw him opening up the Catspaw dagger. We didn't actually see the person's face, but I deduced from the color of his tunic and the rings that he was wearing that it was in fact Peter motherfucking Baelish. So I think that Arya shows up and Littlefinger dies pretty early on. The clip starts out with Arya. She's got Needle behind her back, and then she almost takes a bow, and then she immediately begins sparring with Brienne. She bests Brienne within 3 moves, and then she looks up at Sansa almost as if, you see how good I am? Sansa, of course, looks back at her like, damn, girl. I think she will likely spar with Brienne after she has sparred with Pod. We did see that clip of Pod falling to the ground. I initially thought it could have been Sandor arriving and Sandor might have attacked him without really asking any questions like Sandor is known to do. But it looks like Arya could in fact be sparring with Pod. Pod can't handle himself with Brienne, so of course he cannot handle himself with Arya. I'm honestly super excited about this. Now, it looks like Arya holds her own. What I can see from this clip is that Brienne goes after Arya. Arya does her water dancing, spins around Brienne's sword, taps her blade, and then brings Needle to Brienne's throat. If Arya is a better fighter than Brienne, holy fucking shit. Now, of course, it makes sense that Arya is half the size of Brienne, so she would be a lot faster than her. And Syrio Forel taught her how to water dance, so her moves are like liquid. Brienne is not likely used to someone who fights like that. Brienne is used to the Westerosi style of combat, which is hand-to-hand, sword-to-sword combat. Arya will likely get the jump on her, and I think after Arya drops Pod, Brienne may not hold back as much because he sees that Arya is definitely capable of handling herself. I think Sansa's in one of the safest positions they could be right now. Sansa's got Brienne, and now Arya. I honestly think this reunion with House Stark, it's 3 of them now, it will go a lot smoother than with Bran and with Sansa. Bran creeped out Sansa by talking about the night that she was raped, and Sansa was worried about how he could potentially want to be the Lord of Winterfell. I don't think Jon will return to Winterfell this episode. We already have Arya showing up. I think the Brotherhood will likely be right behind Arya in the sense that we might see them showing up at the very end of the episode. Jon Snow will be gone on Dragonstone for at least until episode 5. So I think that gives us time to have Bran, Arya, and Sansa handle the Littlefinger plot. This image of Littlefinger, or this quick shot that we have of him in the episode 4 promo, this is likely him pulling out his dagger and trying to get rid of someone or some type of evidence. What I mean by evidence is, if you'll notice in episode 3 when Maester Wolkan mentioned to Sansa that Maester Luwin, who was the former Maester of Winterfell that raised all the Stark children, he mentions that Maester Luwin kept a record of almost every single raven that came across his desk. Now, if you'll notice in this episode 4 promo, this is Sansa looking through those notes. There's some sort of incriminating evidence against Littlefinger in that stack. I think a theme next episode may be people finding shit in stacks of old papers. Sansa could find some incriminating evidence against Littlefinger, and then Sam can find something of crucial plot point and storyline significance in the stack of papermite infested notes that Maester Ebros had him copy. It would be awesome to see Littlefinger getting rid of early on in the episode so we don't have to waste a little bit of time of him trying to act out his last plot. I would like to see the most of Brienne and Arya sparring. It's good that the warriors of the group are getting as much training in as possible. How many of y'all want to see Arya kill a fucking White Walker this season? Meera is also with Bran in Winterfell. This is going to be a huge battle royale of female warriors going at it in the court of Winterfell. I cannot fucking wait. Meera does have a few White Walkers up on Arya, but she'll show her the ropes. I also hope, of course, Lady Lyanna is in on this action. She did say that she doesn't plan on sitting by while lords save her. she plans on joining in on the action. So imagine Arya, Brienne, Mira, and Lyanna Mormont all fighting in the courtyard of Winterfell. This scene could potentially be one of the greatest moments in Game of Thrones history. I mean, just think about it. Everybody's favorite character all in the same shot, fighting each other with swords. With Sansa watching all these women fighting, it may inspire her to want to pick up the sword. Can you imagine next season, Sansa fully armored, wielding a sword and riding into battle with Jon Snow and Arya, Brienne at her side? I may have just jumped the gun a little bit too quickly. I want to give a super special thank you to Dean Crow, Elder Flores, Enid, Terry, Justin Stone Diaz, Darton, Sammy Omer, Joe Swag, Lynn Shaw, and Angel. Without you all, these videos would not be possible, and if you all watching would like to become a patron to Sir Hunt's Reviews, all you have to do is click the link up here, or you can click the link down below in the description where you can donate any amount of money, and any support will be greatly appreciated. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you could please slap a like on this video, make sure you're subscribed, and then go ahead and turn your notifications on so that way you get alerted every time I drop Game of Thrones content. The like goal for this video will be 150. If you would like to enter this contest to win this mystery Funko Pop figurine for once we reach 20,000 subscribers here on YouTube, all you have to do to enter that contest is like this video and leave a comment down below. My name's Mark, and this has been Sir Hunt's Reviews.